So I always forget so far. I'm not in the habit of kind of video and everything. You never know what's going to be good, what's not. But anyway, I bought this little trailer here for $100. It had no floor in it at all. As you can see, I got started here putting the floor in it, and it's got some rot and some things like that. But right now I have guys come by and pick up my scrap iron, and it you know, I just let them keep the money they get for coming and cleaning it up. But what I want to do is just take this old trailer, and I can throw my scrap in the back of it and haul it off myself, but I'll still only handle it one time, getting it out of the shop and into the trailer. So anyway, I'll show you more on that when I get done. Well, I used up all the 2x6s that the neighbor gave me, and it worked out probably about right, because only one was going to fit there, and it was going to have a big gap. You know, if I'd have planned out a little better, I could have spaced all them boards just a hair, and it would have had a nice even gap. But a couple 2x4s lay in there. It's not too bad if I spread that gap out over both boards. And you know, one thing I want to talk about is these cool little screws. I got them at Lowe's, and they're self-drilling, self-tapping, and '20. The cool thing, let's see if I can get it to show up on the camera good, is they have a little butterfly on them right down there toward the tip here, and trying to be cameraman, but those right there, they bore the wood out a little bit bigger as it goes through, so that the wood doesn't catch on the threads. And what that does is, once the tip reaches metal and it has to start spinning to drill through the metal, it doesn't raise your board up off of it doesn't separate it from the metal while you're drilling, because it's already counterbored. Then I don't know if you call that a counterboard or not. I'm not a woodworker, it just come out. It's already bored a little bigger than the wood's bored bigger than your threads. So then once the drill tip goes through the metal, these things are thin enough that the metal must basically bend them over or wipe them off or whatever as it goes through the metal, and then the screw itself starts to tap. It self-taps into the metal. So it's pretty cool. It's I've done trailers with wood before and used the ones that I had to pre-drill, and they were self-tapping, but they weren't self-drilling. So I had to pre-drill, and you go in and you know, you either drill the boards a little bit bigger, or you know, you can just fight it knowing that it's going to lift the boards a little bit. But these were pretty handy screws. Anyway, I don't know, like I said, you might learn something. We're pretty redneck around here, but if you ever get into this deal, something like this, and want to do it. So basically, what I'm hoping is, when I go get metal up from the place I get metal, they come on 10-foot pallets, and I'm hoping that they'll be 2x4s. Sometimes they're 4x4s under them, which is cool for some stuff. But I'm hoping the pallet will be on 2x4 runners, and I'll knock a couple of them off. I'll finish this trailer up. I got $100 in it, and 2 hours so far. Not quite 2 hours, but I'm thinking 2 hours when I'm done screwing those last two down. So that's not a bad deal for a little trailer that I can use to haul my scrap iron off. Well, we got the bottom put in the scrap iron trailer, and loaded it with scrap iron. So pretty cool deal. I ended up having to buy two 2x4s because, well, I wanted 2x4s on the pallet. It came with actual 2x4s, 2 inches by 4 inches, not the nominal measurement that what we commonly call a 2x4 is. So it would have stuck up and made it unlevel. So I went ahead and stopped on the way back, got a couple 2x4s. Need to put a light on it still, and but other than that, it'll work for what it is, for $115, whatever that light's going to cost. maybe $125 and a couple hours worth of work. So pretty cool.